Even before the working day begins, the Resource Group are getting things up and running. Under Terence Brannigan's stewardship, Resource has grown from 2,000 to 15,000 employees in just 2 years. They provide 50 different services, from security and cleaning to reception and landscaping.
The speed of growth that we've had has been quite amazing. And whilst you may have grand plans and grand schemes when you first start a business off, nonetheless, 2 years in, I did not expect that we would have 15,000 people employed across the whole of the UK and the whole of Ireland. Exciting, but hellishly challenging. The service industry has been attractive for me from the beginning for a number of reasons. There aren't a lot of organisations that do it very well, and the service sector is the part of business that is growing astronomically and has done for a number of years. That's both in the public sector and private sector. So when you see a market that's growing tremendously, then the market will take you there, will actually provide and help drive the growth. Resource is now the largest private sector employer in Northern Ireland, and our intention is to keep this as an Irish headquartered business. I've worked for some very large companies, and we're talking about multinational organisations, and I've worked for myself. I had this real burning desire to see if I could make it on my own rather than depending on a big organisation, enjoyable as that was. You have a lot of distractions, or potential distractions, when you're starting a business out and growing a business. And if you focus very hard on what you'd set out to achieve and don't allow yourself to be deflected, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be flexible, because that's important as circumstances change or markets change, but nonetheless retain your focus. You know, I watched Padraig Harrington playing golf, and when he's putting in that kind of 1,000-yard stare, where the guy, you can see him, is absolute focus. And any great sportsman in any great sport retains that, and that's true of businessmen as well.
You can't always choose your battles, but you have to be prepared for anything. Before setting out on his own, Terence worked in logistics. So as a senior manager in a large corporation, and now as the boss of his own business, he understands the importance of keeping your eye on the prize.
Any adversity you have to ignore. So in shooting, whether it's you're not on form or it isn't going your way or the weather, and that's the same in business, you'll always have adversity, you'll always have things that go wrong, always things that happen that were unplanned, and you have to be able to be flexible to change and meet the challenge. I think there's two easy parallels you can draw between shooting and business. One is that you quite often are doing it with a team of people that you enjoy being with. And secondly, most importantly, it is all about focus. So you have to totally focus on what you're doing, totally focus on the target, and not allow distractions, whether they are by sight or sound. Yes, I would judge myself to be a very competitive person. Always have been, whether it's in business or sport. And that comes from passion.